Hi Taurus, this is Chao with Ariana stock. There's a lovely light breeze blowing you as I'm recording this video. It's September 2024. So let's just understand what's in store for you in the new month. I will use tarot as well as oracle decks. Even the Normand is something that I'm going to dive into. For a personalized reading, feel free to reach us at the email address given below. Now, the overall energy this month is the Queen of Wands. As you see, these people in this picture or in this card, they are folding hands, seeking divine intervention, divine guidance. I think even if you find yourself in situations where things are falling apart, you need to seek assistance from your angels and guides, ask them to step in, tap into your contacts, because everything is going to come together very beautifully this month. I also feel that you're going to be very creative and imaginative, so tap into that side of your personality, make full use of it this month. Ideally, I think you shouldn't allow the situation to get the better of you. Taurus, you're someone with the nerves of steel, you don't get rattled easily, so keep that in mind as the month proceeds. The final days of August, stepping into September, I do have the Two of Swords. Possibly, at this time or in those final days, you were someone who was unsure, undecided on the course of action. You needed to brace yourself because this was also a very hectic time. Perhaps, you would have benefited if you were contemplating with those senior than you had to find solutions to the problems. Now this is a swords energy, so mentally you were very alive. Maybe financial matters had also created discord in your relationships. Some people may have also put you off because they were only clinging to you for assistance, but then they failed to oblige you when you needed help. Many of you may have also been playing the mediatory role at this time. Maybe your family felt that you weren't very proactive, they expected you to do tasks right away, but you are someone who knows your responsibilities. You don't need to be reminded, Taurus. Obstacles to overcome this month, the challenges. I do have the strength card. Now this is in the challenge position, so you need to be extra careful. Maybe you want your past dues, money isn't coming in as you would have liked, or you expect others to pay up, but there are going to be certain delays. You could also be dealing with government officials at this time. I think you need to be more polite and patient with them. Maybe internet connectivity is also going to hamper your progress. Even in personal relationships, I think you're going to put things to perspective. Maybe you need to move away from relationships which are not beneficial to you, or where you feel that you're the one who is doing all the hard work while the other person is just not keen on reciprocating. Influences for this month, I do have the Temperance card. Now this is another major in your reading, which is asking you to be patient. Like I said, you need to be tactful while dealing with government officials. So in all areas of your life, Taurus, I think you need to realize that you need to have a wait and watch policy. Sometimes we are putting in the effort, but there's no reward in the end. But this card guarantees you plaudits at the end of it all. Slow and steady wins the race. No point getting worked up for nothing. Your home life could also be a bit of a challenge this month. Apart from your professional life, maybe colleagues are very jealous of you. They are going to be up to mischief behind your back, so you need to be vigilant. Taxation issues also need to be dealt with. Other than that, I think, Taurus, you will also benefit on account of your contacts, like I said at the onset of this reading. So definitely you're going to be networking this month, and it is going to pay dividends. The first 10 days of September, I do have the Four of Cups. Now this is a lady who seems to be emotional because of the Cups energy, so I think you need to keep your emotions in check. Maybe you also need to retreat, rethink your moves. At times, people can be two-faced. They promise you much, but then they go down on their words, or they don't act on their promises. That is why you feel the need to retreat. Maybe you find yourself in a soup because of their actions. Yet I think everything is going to come together. Like I said, it is going to fall in place. So try not to let your emotions get the better of you. Money is also going to come in. Some deals will be struck while some could fizzle out, so be prepared on account of the same. Your schedule will also be disrupted, yet you're someone who is going to manage to do two tasks at one go. I think you should stay motivated. I think you should push yourself. Even things which were dragging will require attention, so pull up your socks and get ready for the grind. No point crying over spilled milk. The next 10 days, that is 11 to 20th September, I do have the Page of Cups. This is another Cups in your reading, and like this lady, you may feel a need to retreat, withdraw, even if you're sought after for your words of wisdom. You will be wanting solitude. You want to move away from situations which are getting ugly or getting out of hand. Maybe other people think that you're narcissistic, that you're focusing on yourself. Try not to be hasty in your speech, Taurus, because hastiness could also amount to competition. Someone could seek your assistance, but then this person could turn out to be an eventual or prospective competitor. Other than that, you also need to brace yourself for unnecessary change of plans. Maybe you're also dealing with a whimsical boss, whimsical superior who's always expecting you to give in to his demands even if you are reluctant. This is also the time when you're also going to be dealing with arguments on account of your work. Maybe someone could also threaten to sabotage your work, and this could leave you near tears, so you need to guard your interests. Sometimes you also need to be careful because your moves could be questioned. Maybe you need to be careful about how you go about your tasks in the future. People think that you have been insincere. Expect paperwork to increase. Time is also at a premium. Those of you who are in the leadership position, at this time you're going to cement your position. Maybe others felt that you will not survive the baptism by fire, but then you come good. You're someone who is going to dig in your heels. You're going to focus on policies, making new rules. You will also confront those workers who are backbiting. You're also going to be a very generous boss. Legal issues will also keep many Taurans busy at this time. The final days of the month, that is 21st to 30th September, do have a very promising Ten of Cups. So everything is coming together at this time. There's a feeling of contentment. You're going to be also making gains, positive feedback, appreciation from your colleagues, your co-workers, even your juniors. Even if your boss or your superior is putting you down, you're going to prove a point or two. Minor irritants apart, I think this is going to be a very fruitful and productive period for you. I think you should rush and finalize those deals. Maybe you should also demand more from your clients. Other than that, I also think that at times you may feel that your voice is ignored within the family. You should follow your sixth sense. You should focus on spiritual practice. I do have the card 777, which talks about rapid soul development that comes from challenging time. Even if there are roadblocks and obstacles in the path, I think spiritual ascension is very likely. The number 7 also talks about lessons that you're learning on account of loss of health, wealth, or relationships, and this is all going to embolden you for your future. So even if there are challenging situations, I think spiritual growth is a blessing at this time. The Norman's cross has also come up. So like this card 777, this also talks about religion and spirituality. I think you can find guidance through spiritual growth, through spiritual practice. We all have certain burdens, we all have a cross to bear, but then you should talk about your problems. You should seek divine intervention like that card here. Maybe singing and dancing is also going to help you relax. It is also giving you a chance to be creative, so this could help you when you are stressed out. With respect to your love life, I do have the card gone, disappeared. Maybe some of you are feeling the loss of your person because this person is moving away from your life. Maybe that is why you're a bit emotional. Maybe this person is also traveling. So some kind of physical distance is going to come about in your relationship this month. Single Taurans, I think you're going to be much admired. You do have the Queen of Wands. You're coming across as someone who is very attractive, exuding sexual energy. Maybe married members of the opposite sex are also going to be going weak in the knees in your presence. But don't string anyone along. Don't give anybody false hopes if you are disinterested. Like I said, your focus is also going to be on relationships which are not of any value. Maybe you think your person is a player. I do have the card symbiotic relationship from the Divine Messages Oracle, which is talking about someone being very clingy in a relationship. So don't be very persuasive. Don't be very persuasive. A relationship to blossom and thrive requires a same amount of commitment from both parties. Incidentally, I also have this card. I wish I had told you how much you really meant to me. Maybe this could be true for those of you in separation, those of you who are single, who fancy someone. Maybe you realize that time has passed. Maybe your person could also be thinking along those lines. It's talking about missed chances, tough luck. Well, like I said with this card 777, hard lessons need to be learned on account of a loss in a relationship. So this is also necessary, or it is an important lesson that you need to learn in this lifetime, or specifically in the month of September 2024. I think some of you could also be concerned about your partner's health this month. Maybe you are also dealing with a person outside of marriage. You could be in a third party situation. You want to be in the arms of your person. You're going to talk about your unhappy relationship with those who care to listen this month. I hope Taurans you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.